Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your August 2026 money and career reading. My name is Victoria, and this is Radiant Moon Tarot. If you are new to my channel, a very warm welcome to you. And if you're returning, of course, welcome back. Always grateful for every single one of you. Let's get into it. Ooh, thank you very much. We are in eclipse season, okay, so a lot of fiery energy in the skies this month. We do have the sun in Leo. We've got a solar eclipse in the sign of Leo on August 12th, and we've got Jupiter in Leo as well. So we've got a lot of amplified energy that is going on. Great for setting intentions, new beginnings, maybe making improvements in your life, getting creative, getting something off the ground, whatever it happens to be for you. Eclipses can, of course, bring about fated events, things where the wheels are already in motion. We can get unexpected new beginnings, unexpected endings, and of course, eclipses are portals of opportunity. So we could just be opening the door onto some possibilities here. Lunar eclipse is a full moon in Pisces, and that occurs on the 27th of August. So in order to move forward in a better direction or better energy or something new, we got to leave something behind, is always the case. And these energies do bleed into each other, right? So it's not just a start and stop and a start and stop. Things quite often do happen all in a same time frame and blend in their energies. So but if lunar eclipse in Pisces, it's look back 6 months ago to the new moon in Pisces and see where you were at. But this could also be something old because, of course, the eclipse cycles do last a couple of years. And so this can be something that you've been going through or working on for a couple of years. And it may come to fruition. Something wonderful can happen for you. But at the same time, this can also be a closure, ending, letting go of something in order for some more vibrant energies to come in. August 8th, 8/8, the 8th month, the 8th day, Lionsgate portal. This is a huge spiritual portal, but it's also one that is amplified manifestation energy. It carries some ancient wisdom with it as well, because it does go back to ancient Egypt and in alignment with the pyramids. It's a representative of the time of year where the Nile floods, so it's related to fertility and abundance. And it is when the sun is in Leo, which it is, aligns with Sirius, which is our spiritual sun, the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and the earth, and of course those pyramids. And so this is a huge portal, opens up every single year. So it opens up the 26th of July, closes the 12th of August, which is the same day as the solar eclipse. And yes, a huge amplification of manifestation energy and portal there. So, but really good time for some spiritual growth and connection there as well. So do not ignore your intuition. So let's see what the cards have for you. We've got a journey. Okay. Now, this can be a journey. You're going out, you're finally free of something, and you're going traveling. So congratulations, right? This can also represent an inner journey, or that you're about to make some moves. Maybe you just need a little bit of direction, or you need to decide what path to take. This is a card number 2, which can sometimes represent options. So you got a couple of different avenues that you can move towards, right? So maybe you've got a couple of investment opportunities. What do I do with my money? What gives me the growth that I want, while also kind of, keeping the risk level to a point where I'm comfortable. This can be, maybe you have an opportunity, or you're desiring changing your career path, or just wanting a different job, right? This can show there's multiple avenues that you can pursue. But this can also represent a move or a journey of any kind, including an inner one. But with that too, balance and harmony too is about options and, most importantly, decisions. So you might be feeling like you're at a little bit of a crossroads. Or perhaps you've been feeling just something in the wind, right? Have you been feeling it? Have you been sensing it, right? There's something in the wind. Something is changing, right? You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's there. And maybe you want change. So this could be you willing it in. You're manifesting change. It might, and the pieces are still coming together. Stay open, right? Stay open. Receive, right? Some of you here, maybe you don't really want change, but maybe you know something has to change, right? So there could be just this little vibe in the air that you might have been feeling it for the last couple of months. And, you know, it's like sometimes things just start internally with a little bit of a spark, right? A little bit of electricity that goes off there, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Those thoughts start to creep in, right? Like, do you love your job? Are you good at your job? Maybe your job's become repetitive. Depends how long you've been in your job, right? Are you at the 4-year mark, the 5-year mark, the 10-year mark, the 20-year mark, right? So there could just be something there, and it may be that your spidey senses are kicking off because you feel there's something going to shift around you. It might not necessarily just be you. So again, just tap into that energy, because you just never know where that might take you, right? And you are a very futuristic sign anyway, so you probably feel this before anyone else does. But it could be really exciting and really enjoyable. We have broken heart in the reverse. Okay, so there's some healing energy coming in this month. All right, something that hasn't been good is about to get better. Something that we've been grieving about, right? Grief happens in many different ways, right? Again, we're healing from that, or we're turning something around. We're turning a broken heart into something better. Okay, so there may have been some challenges around you, or maybe there will be this month ahead, right? But it's nothing that you can't overcome. Now, I feel like some of you may be going on a journey into the unknown, because there maybe has been a breakup, right? Maybe you were married and now you're finding yourself getting divorced, and now it's like, now I'm on a journey, but it's a solo journey. And so even though there's some grief there, I feel like you're starting to come out of the grief period and into the action period, right? And I'm moving to a new home. Maybe I've decided just to pack up everything and move to a different city because I am done with this place, right? And so as soon as you figure out what path you want to follow, this is where your healing journey begins, and you start to see things get back on track. Right? So this can be wonderful. Some of you could have a reconciliation here as well with that broken heart in the reverse. Whether it's something personal healing inside yourself, it can be something in your workplace, right? Maybe someone left that you really enjoyed their company, or you liked working with them or something, and it's like, okay, I'll get over it, but I'm really not happy about it, right? So something here that has caused you grief or disappointment is getting better. So we're on the mend. We have the Two of Wands. Well, would you look at that? The Two of Wands and the Journey card, very, very similar. There's a path forward in front of us, but the path is clear. There's nothing standing in our way. All we need to do is figure out which path to take, which direction we're going to follow. What are we dreaming about? What is our desire? There's a castle in the sky on this card. Is that your castle, or does it look a little bit different? So the Journey card number 2 and the Two of Wands, your path forward is clear. So whatever it is that you want, whatever direction that you want to go in, first you got to know what you want, and then we start to make that choice. So you could have just you could really be opening up, and there could just be a lot of options, right? And maybe you're just looking at your life and going, maybe I take the path less traveled. Maybe I resurrect an old dream, something that I used to want to do, right? And, maybe you want to go and live and work in a far off land, just like that castle in the sky, right? Whatever it is, I feel like you're in this situation where pretty much the world is your oyster, and it's just a matter of maybe detaching emotionally here from something, right? You are a humanitarian, so how many times have you put other people's goals and dreams in ahead of yours? Probably a few, right? What is holding you back, right? And it could be people, and sometimes, it's commendable, it's noble, it's loyal, it's wonderful, but I feel like you're stepping into an era where you're going to start to put yourself first and pursue that which you want to pursue. Might take a little bit of money. Maybe it's a pursuit of something that will bring you some money. Maybe you just want the work experience of working somewhere different, right? Whatever it is, somehow it's showing up in your career or your money, right? Spending money, making money. What career are you following? Finding a new career, perhaps. We've got Justice card here as well. So you're certainly really looking inward to make a very, very important decision. Okay. The Justice card can come up when we do have legal situations. So I feel like if you're going through like a divorce or a breakup, even if it's a breakup with your company, right, there could be some legalities here that are at play. Perhaps you went to the labor board and fought for more severance, if this was an unjust letting go, right? If you're separating or getting divorced from a significant other, right? Again, there could be some legalities around that. But when the Justice card shows up in the upright, this is a balanced and fair resolution. Justice is served, so to speak. So that could be wrapping up. And if it's been something that's been lingering for a while, I think you're probably going to get a pleasant surprise. Things kind of speed up a little bit here in August. But the Justice card is also about decisions, right? Making balanced, fair decisions, weighing up your options. It is card number 11. I mean, 11 is a master number, so we don't really break it down. But you could, right? 1 and 1 is 2, right? So, you could look at it that way. But I do feel that there is maybe some important conversation or some important decision that is going to come about in your month ahead, whether that decision is yours or whether it's a decision from someone else that maybe puts you on a journey, puts you on a path. You're going to get that decision there somewhere. But this is also about finding balance and harmony in your life, as are those 2s. So, so again, if your life has felt kind of one-sided in some way, here is where we're going to figure out how to get that equilibrium back, right? Like, I'll look after you, but I also need to look after me. And so this could be important. The Justice card does bring about potentially some offers here for you. Contracts are highlighted with the Justice card. So, that can be an important focus for you this month as well. It is a reminder to pay attention to the details with any official document, whether it's loan documents, passport applications, since we do have some travel, job offers. Make sure you know what you're getting into before you sign on the dotted line, and pay attention to the details. Okay. The devil is always in the details. If I take this loan out, if I take this mortgage out, what are my repayment terms? What if I skip a payment? What if I double up a payment? Right. All of those kind of things. What's my interest rate? Does my interest rate jump after 3 months of a grace period or something, right? So those are kind of really important things to look at. How much vacation do I get, right? So really make sure you pay attention to the details before you sign any documents, okay? It's not a negative card. It's in the upright. It's all good, but knowledge is power. Your challenge in the month ahead, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Why are you your own challenge? The 9 of Pentacles is it's a card of royalty, of luxury, of abundance, of prosperity, of wealth. And so this is attainable, even if it is a little bit of a challenge. So, for some of you here, your path to prosperity may be part of a journey, right? You may have to move somewhere or leave something behind in order to find this, but the card is super positive and it's showing up. So even though it's in the challenge energy, it's not that you can't attain it. It's not a negative energy. It's a challenge, and everything comes with a challenge. Being patient is a challenge. So you could have some delays here with this 9 of Pentacles. There could be something here where this needs to take up all of your time, because the 9 of Pentacles is, it is an energy of success, right? But if independent success, I've tamed my fears, I've faced my anxieties, I've put my nose to the grindstone, and I am done, I am finished. And nines, we're wrapping things up here. So this can be where before you go out on a vacation, part of the challenge here for you is to finish all of your work, right? Before you go, so you don't have to worry about anything lingering from your job, right? But the Nine of Pentacles is an energy of luxury. It is where we give ourselves a pat on the back and we treat ourselves well. So do something nice for yourself. And that might be a challenge because, again, you are a very humanitarian sign, right? And you don't always put yourself first. And so the challenge here is you first. Spend a little bit of money on yourself. Go on that vacation. Follow the path. Follow your dreams. Follow your goals. Okay? Celebrate your successes, your wins, no matter how big, no matter how small. But do something nice for yourself here, Aquarius. But I do feel that there's success of some kind on the horizon. We've got the Lovers card here as well as your challenge energy. Now, for one, the Lovers card can simply represent the masculine and the feminine coming together in balance and harmony. We meet our higher power, we meet our higher source, right? But sometimes that is a challenge, especially if you are really busy. You've got some goal in mind, as that Nine of Pentacles can show. There's something you need to wrap up, something you need to finish. So finding that balance can be a little bit challenging. The Lovers card can also represent partnerships of all kinds. Yes, romantic partnerships. And in your challenge, yes, there can be something going on there, as we already said. This can also be a challenge of finding the right company, the right job, the right position, the right city, the right opportunity, right? Because we partner up, right? Even if it's a job, we're still partnered up with it. And it either feels good, feels like things are meshing and melding well, or it's not, right? And so this can be some big questions that you're asking yourself, or this can be just, again, where, maybe you make money, right, where you are, but there's this challenge of work-home life balance, or this challenge of, I don't really love this company, but the paycheck's good, that kind of stuff. But maybe your priorities are changing here a little bit as well. But with the Lovers card, this can be friendships and partnerships, teamwork, collaboration, usually just with like one other person. And it is in your challenge. So, perhaps this is a month where you are working alone. Nine of Pentacles, you're working alone because your work partner, your work buddy has gone on vacation, and now you're like got a lot of work to do. So it just might be temporary that you need to work through that. But again, these in the challenge energy does not mean that they're not attainable. It just means that there's just a hiccup somewhere and something you need to overcome before you grab these energies, right? But they're helping you and they are coming in. So, some of you could actually be at a little bit of a crossroads here as well, because there is this partnership versus independence. And so I feel like if you have the means and the opportunity, perhaps some of you want to open your own business, right? You want to work for yourself. You're like, I don't want to work for anyone else anymore. I want to set my own hours. I want to do my own thing. That's your independent spirit coming out there. And so, it can just be that time in your life where I've got a lot of experience. I just need to learn how to market myself. Maybe I need to, find someone to partner up with, a company to market me, that kind of thing, right? But that Nine of Pentacles shows that if you want to do something on your own, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to, if you are, maybe in that kind of career where you can do that. But it can be quite lucrative with that energy there. Your blessings coming your way. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the tides are turning for you guys. The Wheel of Fortune can represent luck and good fortune. Okay, it is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Leo. This can be about your tides are turning, essentially, right? Yes, there can be a risk, a gamble, and the Wheel of Fortune says roll the dice. You could win. Maybe you don't win, but you don't know until you roll the dice, until you take a little bit of a chance. And so the Wheel of Fortune, part of the blessing here is if you take a chance, at least you'll know, right? sometimes the biggest question mark is not knowing, because if we didn't take the chance, we don't know if we're going to pass or fail. We don't know if we're going to succeed or have a setback, right? Or I took this chance. It didn't work out the way I wanted, but I learned a lot of things, and now I'm going to try again, right? So sometimes we have to roll that dice. But the Wheel of Fortune does represent the ebb and the flow of life, the cycles that we're in, and this represents a cycle of increase. Again, ruled by Jupiter. Good luck, good fortune, good karma. It is the Wheel of Destiny, the Wheel of Fate. Okay, and again, eclipse energies. Okay, and so you might have a very pleasant surprise that comes in here, whether the surprise sets you free or brings you opportunity or maybe a gift. You never quite know with the Wheel of Fortune, right? But something really positive. So this is not just a really positive card in the upright, it is also in your blessings position. So this is amplified. We also have the Four of Swords. Peace. Oh, who doesn't need a little bit of peace? Peace of mind, inner peace, outer peace, rest and relaxation. So, perhaps some of you here, your blessing will be in taking a trip. Okay, even if you don't travel anywhere necessarily, even just a little bit of time off, just for yourself, right? This is you. This can be you kind of going into hermit mode and recharging your batteries a little bit, or this could be just having just some time off. And I'm just gonna sit in my backyard and I'm gonna enjoy my pets and my family, or I'm gonna have some barbecues, and I'm really not gonna do anything more exciting than that, right? That is awesome vacation. Okay, this can also represent the power that lies in your meditation as well. Meditation connection with the cosmos here. Set some intentions, clear your mind, reset your energy, all that kind of stuff. Step into the flow of things that will only be beneficial for you. It's very calm energy. We have the Three of Cups as advice from Spirit. Get out and have fun. Spend time with your friends, with your family. Spend some money on yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Okay, the Three of Cups can also represent Spirit giving you a little bit of a heads up that some of you may be getting some good news in the month ahead. And this is a cause for celebration. Okay, it's very lively energy. It's one with friends, with family, going out for mid-afternoon happy hour and clinking a glass and not doing anything more exciting than that. But get ready to celebrate something, whether you just celebrate being alive, whether you celebrate some success, celebrate some money, celebrate a financial or a judicial resolution there, whatever it happens to be. Embrace this happy vibe because your tides are very much turning. And we also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We're breaking free. Celebrate your freedom. If that's for you. Celebrate your ability to move forward from something, right? This is a wonderful card of letting your guard down, of facing your fears, and of not letting anything keep you trapped or stuck. So a little bit of freedom headed your way. So this really does look like this is a month where things are really turning around for you in a really positive way, even if it's just how you feel about things, right? All right, let's get you a couple of manifestation cards if I can shuffle them. They're very big and they're incredibly slippery, so they're actually really kind of a challenge to shuffle. As you rise higher, you take the world with you. Because there is no limit to the good thoughts you can think, good words you can speak, or acts of kindness you can perform, there is no limit to how high you can increase your frequency. Your positive frequency emanates out like a ripple from a stone thrown into water, touching our planet and every living thing in it. Take that message to heart. Happiness attracts everything you want. The shortcut to anything you want in your life is to be and feel happy now. It's the fastest way to bring money and anything else you want. Those feelings of happiness will radiate out and attract back to you all the things that bring you happiness, which will not only include an abundance of money, but everything else you want. Wonderful. I'll leave that there, guys. That's what I've got for you. I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed your reading, please do take a second and hit the thumbs up button. Hit that like. I do appreciate that. It does help the video get seen, and it is free for you. But if you enjoy your readings as well, consider subscribing to my channel, and hopefully you will see more of my videos pop up in your feed. But I thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic August, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.